Okay. Can you hear me okay out there? Good, okay.
All right.
Welcome to our Talented Tuesday, I guess. The purpose for this evening is to introduce you to a new business that's coming into the community. It's the Black Business Directory for South Bend, Elkhart area, Michiana area, region, I guess. We have with us as our guest, Michael Falker, who is the publisher of the new directory that's being presented. And with that, I will let Michael take over and share with you everything that you need to know about this new opportunity.
Good evening and welcome. I'm so glad that you could join us here this evening. Here in your fine city, the fine city of South Bend. We are the publishers of the Diversity in Black directories. And before I say another word, I wanted to again welcome everyone. And I wanted to tell just briefly a little bit about myself and how I have such a passion for this. I think it's important that I share it with you. I had the best job in the world. I hired in with AT&T in 1985 and had an outstanding 25-year career with AT&T. And what I did was sold advertising. I worked in advertising, marketing, and publishing, where I essentially learned exactly how to put together and publish a directory, such as the Black Business Directory. While I was there at AT&T, I had a very successful career. And like I say, I was with them for 25 years and absolutely the best job in the world, because I basically worked my own hours and I worked my own days, and it worked out perfectly for me. I really enjoyed it. I traveled quite a bit. And one of the markets that I would work every year was South Bend. And South Bend has always been very, very good to me as far as a city. But just getting right into things, and our meeting this evening to kind of lay out the land work. We will, our meeting will probably take no more than 45 minutes to an hour, depending on the number of questions that you might have. But I'm just going to delve right into it. I started to do a great big long agenda and everything, but I said, no, the people really don't want to hear and see all of that. And I just really, this evening, want to speak from my heart. But one of the things I wanted to really cover with everyone is our mission. Our mission and purpose. The mission and purpose of our publication is to provide detailed information about Black-owned businesses, churches, and organizations that will produce various products, goods, and services and ideas that will empower the Black community. Furthermore, we want to keep and circulate Black money in our community and strengthen our buying power. In a nutshell, we want to recreate Black Wall Street with highly effective advertising and with highly effective and aggressive advertising. Basically, our goal of the Diversity in Black Directory, we intend to assist and grow small to medium and large size businesses receive global recognition, including blogs, networks that are yet to be discovered. We will produce our publication. We'll produce various hard copy publications of the directory, and then we'll put the exact publication online to expand the reach of the product. Okay. Our target audience, quite frankly, is a minority community, locally and worldwide, specifically the Black community. The way our publication, though, is referred to and referenced, we do expect to have significant crossover usage in the majority market to further drive Black business growth and development. There, I just briefly covered our mission, our purpose, our goal, and our target audience. I just wanted to share that with you just to kind of lay out again the land, make the lay of the land and exactly what our purpose and mission is. In Indianapolis, we have the publication, and that's the one that you see before you here on the desk here. We also this year have expanded into South Bend, which we will produce the publication here in South Bend in the May, June timeframe. Notice I did say May, which we're just at the beginning of the month of May. Depending on the turnaround time with the printer, we do intend to have that publication on the street at the end of May or first week in June at the latest, again, depending on turnaround time with the printers. In Indianapolis, we experienced a 300% growth, 300% growth once the publication was on the street, people using it, increasing advertisers, et cetera, et cetera. Okay. What does that mean? Well, very good question. Very good question. By the way, if you do have questions, just stop me. We experienced a 300% growth. The first year we published the magazine or the publication, we had approximately 10 advertisers, However, the second year we published, we had 40. So it's roughly a 300% increase in the interest. Now, this year when we publish again, we're expecting, my goodness, it might be anywhere from 200 to 300% growth again. I have people in Indianapolis that are lining up. I can hardly get to them all. So it has people, individuals, right, that have advertised with us and want to redo their advertising or increase their advertising. Okay, so the product is out there. It is working. It is available in print, hard copy fashion, and it is available online. You might want to show the screen there, Mr. Summers, of our website. Our website is diversityinblack.com. That's diversityinblack.com.
Let me see how I can do this.
Furthermore, about our publication, we are guaranteed to publish.
I'm doing this all.
We will publish this year. Our product will be out and on the street. We've never failed to publish. We've been in business since 2012. And we publish magazines and directories, specifically Black business directories. With our product, okay, yeah, if you see on the screen there, hopefully pull it up there. It's coming. Kind of uploading now. But our distribution is mainly done through all of the different advertisers within the publication. And furthermore, we do distribute to various churches in the community. We sign up to churches and get them in our publication. Very simple reasoning behind that. The church has always been the pillar of the community, from dating all the way back to slavery times. The church is what people go there. People believe in church, and they believe in the product, and that's where you have your end users. That's where you have your end users, people that will go to search out and use the directory. There's a picture of the directory on the screen there now.
So can you see the directory?
Yep.
Okay, good.
Okay. You see, we have the money tree on the cover of the directory. The money tree is available. We have 7 spots 7 spots that are available on the directory. Right now, here in South Bend, we have 4 available spots. And if you like, I'd be more than happy to share the cost of that. With once you're on the cover of the publication, you also get a full page ad. Get a full page ad, so it's kind of like a package price, and it's, in my opinion, it's the best deal in the publication because you have your picture or photograph on the cover, along with your name on the cover, and then you have the name of your business on the cover, right up underneath your picture. And we're going to enhance it this year. You don't see the names and everything on there now, but in our next up and coming edition, it will have names of the individuals on the cover, and also the business name. We could very, yeah, we'd be open to that.
Say that again, what was the question?
Oh, I asked if we could put our logo on that cover as opposed to our picture.
Ah,
On the online site, are you able to click on a link to go directly to the business? Is that something?
That is something that we do have available right now on the Indianapolis directory. If you go back to, we do have a scroll on there. If you go to the home page, maybe up at the top, they do have the what we call the scroll. Okay, you see all the different businesses listed there. Okay.
And you're able to click on it to go directly to their page if they have a page or not? I don't know mobile.
Probably not, but you might be able to do it on the screen here. Now that is a product that we have there currently. Click on one of them and let's just see.
Yeah.
What tools do you utilize to increase visibility for your website?
Very good question. Very good.
Traffic?
Yeah, very good question. We are on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and there's one other.
Do you have numbers?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, just last month, in the month of March, we had more than 2,200 hits, or 2,200 separate individuals that went to the website. Okay, it's too early to tell what we had for the month of April. Too early to tell, but that report should be coming out within the next week or so. Okay.
Is it primarily in the United States right now?
Yes, it is. You know, but of course, the World Wide Web is everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it's most popular in the state of Indiana, and specifically more in Indianapolis. But we are expanding our footprint, whereas we'll be in South Bend coming here in the near future, and then in Gary in the September-October timeframe.
How do you know, like with this, how do you measure that the business directory has created the increase? Like, so how do you know somebody, this directory, your traffic?
Well, you can really kind of directly relate it to your sales.
Okay.
Okay. Also to your number of hits, lookups, and visits that you have to your website.
Yeah.
You know, and the pass around factor of the publication is very high also.
Because I didn't know, like from that website, from going to that website from your page, does it track that I went to that website? So you can
Yeah,
see
yes, it does, but you have to go into what they call the back room or the back door of the website to get that type of information. Okay. My business partner, who's a gentleman by the name of Dan Pearson, he does all of that, Google Analytics and all of that. And then I kind of handle more of the hard copy of the publication. A lot of people are saying that people are getting away from print, but I kind of doubt that completely, because you know, each year our publication is growing, and when we go to the printer sometimes is really backed up. You know, all printers are, and our printers are just real busy. Really, they have a backlog. They have a backlog of business. Okay, so it kind of depends on how quick they can turn it around, et cetera, et cetera. And exactly where the publication is going, when, you know, to meet their print schedule and all. But we do distribute again through all the different businesses that are within the publication and the various churches. Plus, we go to a lot of different organizations and groups that want to sponsor the publication, or like if we might, we'll provide copies for the NAACP when they have their state dinner, state luncheon, or whatever. The circulation is just critical. It's critical. So I wanted to touch on also pricing. I mentioned earlier about being on the cover of the publication. On the cover of the publication, you do get a full page ad, and you do get your name, the name of your business, or we can put your logo or your website on the front cover. And the price of that, along with the full page ad, is $1,400. $1,400. And if you're familiar with advertising, excuse the expression, but that ain't a bad price. Advertising could really be very, very expensive. He's kind of leafing through the publication now to see all the different advertisers and all. Question?
Yes, how long do you stay on the cover?
For 1 year,
1 year?
one full year. We publish once a year. That may change in the future, but right now we're just a annual publication, just like the old Yellow Pages. Okay, we're annual publication because now we are expanding into other markets, and we stay pretty busy. We really stay pretty busy. Okay.
And then where is your ad located? So the 7 spots you have on the cover, where do their ads get located? How do you?
Very, very good question. Very good question. Where all the ads are listed in alphabetical order in the publication, such as you have attorneys, and then you have bookstores. You have, you have attorneys, and you have authors, and you have bookstores, you have everything. So it'd be listed in alphabetical order. Say if you had a business, what type of business do you have? I'm sorry.
I do grant writing.
Oh, grant writing. Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting category. I don't know where you.
Okay. Yeah.
Kind of
So,
say, like, will we be on the cover of that section?
you would be on the cover of the publication, and then we could possibly put you under the heading of grant writing.
That's where my ad would be on that page.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and you'd have a full page ad, kind of explaining exactly what you do and the services that you offer. Lady there on the left, as an example, you notice now she's on the cover, and she has a full page ad there. That's her and her daughter there. She has a very successful jewelry business in the city of Indianapolis, and she has renewed her advertising. Almost everyone on the cover, with the exception of maybe 1 or 2, did not renew their advertising. And I have people that are very much interested in that, because it is a really good buy, because you're right on the cover of the publication, plus you get a full page ad. Okay, the value of a full page ad in Indianapolis is $770. here in South Bend, because it's a smaller city, smaller circulation, you're looking at 650. Okay, 650. However, for tonight, you can get that ad at a I'm sorry. Oh, okay. Yeah, the front cover photo here in South Bend, we do have specials for the front cover, for a full page ad and a half page ad. The front cover photo is normally $1,400. However, you can get that tonight.
$13.99.
Even better than that. Yeah, better than that. As a matter of fact, we're offering a 20% discount on that, 20% discount, which would be right around $11.50. I can tell you exactly. For the full page ad, regular price is $650. You get a 15% discount on it. And the half page ad, which is $450, you get a 10% discount. 10% discount. So you got 20% on full page. I'm sorry, on the cover, 15% full page, and then a 10% special on the half page ad. Okay. And again, those prices right now, the full price with the front cover is $1,400. Full page ad is $650. And then the half page ad is $450. Okay. And it's been a proven fact that, I did want to point out one of the features of the publication that really makes it attractive and interesting is the fact that it is a full color glossy publication. And it's been scientifically proven that the human eye is naturally attracted to color. People will go to look at, focus, and call, number one, your larger ads first, and then they will call your ads that are in color. But our whole publication is in color, okay, and it will be. I did want to say also, we full color glossy, and there was something else, another feature I wanted to mention about that. It kind of slips my mind. It might come back to me. You do have the brochures on the table that have additional information on it. We do have premium products available, like the outside back cover. That is available. The inside front cover is available. Just to give you an idea on those. Those mostly are bought by large business organizations, etc. Prices on those range from $1,600 to $2,500. Okay, and that's on like the inside front cover, inside back cover, etc., etc. Just for instance, the one company there, ACM Hunt, which is a big builder, they weren't interested in South Bend, but they are interested in going into the Gary publication. And I do have several advertisers in Indianapolis are absolutely in love with South Bend, and they say, hey, they want to buy advertising in South Bend, which we certainly welcome them. But I want to kind of some of the advertisers in Indianapolis are a little bit more aggressive, and I certainly don't want them to come in and take over the market, so to speak, as far as advertising and all. Advertising works. Just to give you an idea, advertising can be expensive. When I worked at AT&T, I had advertisers, believe it or not, that spent, my goodness, believe it or not, they spent $15,000 on advertising. $15,000 on advertising a month. A month. Okay, so just to give you an idea, one thing that all of them have in common, all the people that bought advertising like that, the vast majority of them were very wealthy, very successful, very well-to-do, but they know where their advertising dollars are spent and they know where their customers are coming from. But it's been scientifically proven the larger, more dominant, more visible your ads, the more calls it will bring you. You know, I've talked long enough. It's almost 20 till 7, and I wanted to open up the floor to anyone that's out there listening on our cast, or anyone that in person that might have additional questions.
So you said this is on a May and June timeline, so your printing is gonna go out shortly.
Correct. That is true. Now,
You don't have long to make a decision.
that is true. That is true. That is true. And I hate to press you or rush you or anything like that, but we have been here in the market, my goodness, since January, February. Okay. We do require payment up front, but we will deal with that on an individual basis. Okay, on an individual basis for different businesses, and you might have different circumstances and situations. It would require at least 70 to 75% down. Okay, and I think it's kind of understandable why. But like I say, I will certainly work with anyone with any type business, et cetera, be it a coffee business or a grant writer or whatever the case might be. By the way, did you fill out that sheet?
I did not.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
And then, if, let's say we don't make a decision, they can we contact you?
Oh, certainly. There's my business card. Business card. Okay. And I'll just share this with you. The first number on there, the larger number, this 317602 number, is a good number. That's this phone. Okay. However, I respond more quickly on this number, and it's the second number listed there. Okay, it's the second number listed there. I use that 602 number on a lot of different advertising and a lot of different promotional pieces and all. Okay. My number and everything is also on the back of the brochure, along with my email address. Okay, but you can reach me at either number. And I'm always available. I will always return calls. Okay. And I do, like I say, I wanted to emphasize the fact that I will work with you now. Oh, really? Okay. Okay. You just take a picture.
Or
Yeah,
you
just-
could even tap it to your phone.
Okay.
If you're.
When you just open up your camera, you don't take a
Yeah,
picture.
yeah. Just open it. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's it's modern technology. Okay.
do have one more question for you. You said the,
Oh, bless your heart, I like that. Wow. Wow, okay.
the audience here, you said is a little bit smaller. Do you know what size audience we're talking about?
Yeah, here in South Bend, you have a population of approximately 100,000 people. Okay, 100,000 people, approximately 100,000 people here in South Bend. It's a good fertile market. And of that market, we're close to, South Bend is a pretty black city. It has about 35 to 40% minority population here in the city, which equates to about, what's that, 35,000?
And what's your share?
I'm not sure what you're asking. I mean,
So because there's 35,000 Black people in South Bend, doesn't mean that there's 35,000 Black eyes that will see it. Where will your publication be placed?
okay, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Yeah, again, we'll circulate the publication. It will be online, number one, and it'll be circulated with all the different businesses within the publication. Plus, I'm in negotiations right now with several Black churches here in South Bend, namely, and you might have heard some of these churches. And from what I understand, they're some of the more popular churches here in the city. Church by the name of Faith Alive with Pastor Jonathan Miller. Greater St. Mark Missionary Baptist, I believe it's Greater St. Mark Missionary Baptist Church with Pastor Andre McKee. Mount Carmel Missionary Baptist Church with Pastor Ricardo Taylor.
My pastor.
Okay, all right. And big Pentecostal church with Bishop Donald Alford, that he also has a big funeral home here. Okay. Then also some other churches I'm working with are, there's a big church in Elkhart. I got to get the name of it. It's right off of Michiana, no, not Michiana, but Mishawaka Road in Elkhart. And there's another big church there, I understand, by the name of, I'm not sure what city it's in, but the name of it is Kingdom Impact. Okay, Kingdom Impact.
That's what Michael
And-
Patton,
and-
isn't it?
I'm sorry.
Is that Michael Patton here in something? That's what he was kingdom.
That might be Michael Patton, you're talking about with the city?
Mhm.
Yeah, okay, that very well might be.
Yeah, his is Kingdom Life Cathedral.
Kingdom Life, I know it was Kingdom something.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay,
and it's
okay,
Stevens as
okay,
well.
okay.
Was it?
Yeah, I have to make note of that because I just happen to know Mr. Patton.
Yeah,
Okay.
and Dennis Gibbons is another. But my question, I mean, to go off that, even though it's a Black business director and we're promoting the Black businesses, but how do we reach out so that all people can support Black business? How do
Oh,
we-
sure,
how do
sure.
we
Oh,
do that?
certainly. Yeah, you know, we don't discriminate. I mean, make no mistake about it.
More dollars.
Yeah. We don't discriminate. We are open to all people. I mean, everyone is an end user, just like it says in our target audience. We do intend to have a significant crossover and usage in the majority market. Okay, to further drive Black business growth and development. You know, quite frankly, money is green.
Mhm.
Okay, you know, so
The other thing to think about very seriously is there are organizations that try to provide services to the Black community, but don't know how
How
to
to.
connect.
Absolutely.
So they struggle with that.
Mhm.
So I think it's important that that we encourage those opportunities.
I can tell you one of them is the Barlow Center at Notre Dame, at
Yeah.
University of Notre Dame.
Yep.
Barlow Center is one of them.
that's a very good point. I'm glad you mentioned that.
Mhm.
Glad you mentioned that, and particularly since, well, quite frankly, with George Floyd, the situation there, a lot of majority businesses are really opening up and are really want to do business with the Black community. Voila.
Mhm.
Okay, you know, so and people you know, there's a terrible myth going around that a lot of Black people don't support Black businesses, and that's something I totally disagree with. I did want to mention that this summer we will be at Indiana Black Expo in Indianapolis. And we will be doing surveys all about our publication, all about the Black dollar, all about our people, which we should have some very, very interesting results. And we hope to have both directories there, the Indianapolis directory and the South Bend directory at Expo, which is July 16th, 17th, 18th, something like that. Okay.
I think it's important too, though, that you, once the publication is created, there needs to be a very aggressive approach in terms of disseminating the information, sharing it, right?
Oh, certainly.
So there should be a very intentional strategy that Juneteenth here, all the activities that go on in the city, there should be a very intentional thing with the city of South Bend and parks and venues that every single exhibit and thing that they have going on, intentionally distributing the directory. Because once again, that makes it valuable for those who advertise, because now you're going about the business of helping make sure that things are being seen.
That is in the hands of the end user. Okay. The usage is there. People really do like the publication. They talk about it, they use it. There's been people in there that have said, well, I've gotten a ton of business out of it, et cetera, et cetera. Like you just had it open to the page there. The lady with she has a care access group, and it's a very successful, it's home healthcare. It's home healthcare. And our society, quite frankly, is aging. Our society is aging. The average age of a person living is longer these days. And so she's in a very good business. She has, she bought a second home and converted her original home into I think it would be called like a halfway house for people that are aging, that need assisted living and stuff. They can go there. She has a large house that she's converted to like a senior citizens place, and doing very, very well. And there's countless examples in the publication. The lady there, she doesn't look like a cleaning lady, but she has been in the cleaning business for some 20 plus years. And yeah, she doesn't look like a cleaning lady, but she does a ton of business in the Indianapolis area. And there's a couple people, I think, here in the city of South Bend that are interested in going in that type of business, or cleaning business, or house or commercial cleaning and stuff like that. Did we have any other questions from anyone there?
Is there a listing in there, just a listing of, anybody who turns around and identifies as a business they'd like to be listed in the directory? Is there an opportunity for that as well?
There certainly is. As a matter of fact, if you look in the back of the publication, it does have all the different businesses, et cetera, listed in alphabetical order, such as arts, barber and beauty supplies, clothing stores, community gardens and centers, destination travel companies, events. I mean, just a little bit of everybody listed back there in the back.
So if I wanted to be able to be listed, how would I go about doing that?
It's just simply send me an email.
Okay.
But see, I think some of what you're saying is like, ask me how I can be a part. He's kind of like that type of advertisement.
Mhm.
Like, ask me how can I get my business in your book?
There you go.
Your, ask me, something like that, so that you gain traction. Do you want your picture? Do you want your business in our book? Contact me, or something like that. Something
Exactly.
is what that is what you're talking about.
Mhm. Yeah, from my very selfish standpoint, okay, every single business that's a member of the Business Development Center should at least be listed
Mhm.
in the directory.
Right.
part of my problem is that people are always asking me for our list of our members. I cannot give out the list because of privacy, okay? I can always ask the members if they're willing to let their information to be shared, but I cannot
Put their name.
just give somebody the list.
Mhm.
And everybody calls me everything but a child of God, but I don't care. I'm not gonna give them to them, okay? But if our members turn around and say, you know, I'd like to be in the directory, then I can provide that information and then at least they can be published. If not, I mean, that's kind of like the worst level of advertising, but at least there'd be a directory where their business could be found.
Is that list in the back a synopsis of what's in the book?
It is, but the vast majority of people get the calls from the book, of course, have the larger ads. Yep. There's all kinds of restaurants and newspapers and radio stations and, you know, like I said, it's a little bit larger market down there. A very wise move going down there and having your product available there. Coffee is a $1 billion business.
$82 billion in the US.
Yeah, it's big time. There's a couple of coffee shops in there now. 2 of them specifically. And then a young lady by the name of Catchings. She used to play for the Tamika Catchings, yeah. Used to play for the Fever, Indiana Fever. Yeah. And she has a really nice, it's not a coffee shop per se, but it's called Tease Me, and she specializes in all kinds of teas, which is a direct competitor, and she does sell coffee too. So, you know, TEAS, Tease Me, yeah.
Any questions from folks online? Jeff or Paula or Tanya?
I don't have any right now.
Okay.
You asked the question I was gonna ask.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah. From my perspective, a couple of different things. One problem that has been asked to be solved for a long time is there a directory where we can find Black businesses? So hopefully we can create, something gets created here that answers that question and helps solve that problem. The other thing becomes, is there a directory that will help you find Latino businesses or Asian businesses or other opportunities like that, so that now people will be able to, I want to do this, I want to be able to find it. Do we have solutions for those problems? And can a business be created that actually solves that problem? And I think at least this is a very good step in that direction for our community.
And also for us new people in the area, how to connect with the businesses that are in this group too. You know, it's not an option for, well, I don't know if you ever get everybody together, you know.
I keep trying.
Right. But I would like to be able to know what businesses are out there so I can support them. Like, I don't know if you have a coffee shop, but I would go to it, you know, if I could.
Oh, we're wholesale and retail.
Okay.
And less overhead.
Yeah, right. Definitely. Just when you're looking for that place to go.
But we can find your coffee at, like, I know Chicory.
Fresh Time, Chicory Cafe, Jack's Donuts, Purple Porch, and like 10 other locations around town.
We'll have to get a cars and find it. And so I can do that. I'm definitely a coffee drinker.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you'll love it.
And I want to drink the black coffee so I can taste it.
Exactly.
I want to know what the coffee tastes like.
Oh yeah, it's unadulterated.
Yeah,
It's definitely.
What's the gentleman's name, upper left-hand corner?
Jeff.
Jeff?
Yeah, Jeff Peterson. Jeff's my buddy. He's got a business that's being established to teach people how to fish.
Oh.
Oh,
And
Nice.
what a perfect background.
well, yeah.
All right.
Well, but for a guy like me, okay, an urban suburban nerd who never really learned to fish, right? Who would love to take his grandkids out to fish, but I don't even know how to bait a hook. Oh, well, see, but to turn around and have somebody, part of their business is teaching online. So you can download the classes and that sort of a thing and get the information and then schedule an opportunity to go out with the expert, right? And so, I mean, that's cool stuff like that.
Hence the water in the hat.
Paula is here.
Get it
See
now.
that beautiful Project Impact
Yeah.
table banner that's there?
Yeah.
That came from Paula's business. It just arrived today. I was so excited.
Perfect timing.
Well, there you go.
Cool.
Say what?
I said, cool.
You have Jeff's contact information?
Absolutely.
So
Okay.
Jeff, my grandparents lived on the lake. We had to bait, not in like worms.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's about teaching kids to fish, but it's mostly about getting families back together,
There you go.
away from the social media, the phones. And the fishing is a byproduct of my course. It's more about getting them to connect.
Fishing together.
Right.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited about us partnering for Sons and Daughters of Destiny
Mhm.
in order to be able to help the kids get out and start to, understand nature, but it ties families together in a really great way.
And more like porch filling where there's no more porches.
Thank you. Okay.
Well, it's about 7 o'clock now, and if you don't have any other questions, I have your contact information here. I'll get the information on Jeff, and we'll go forward from there. And I must ask, was there anyone that wanted to take advantage of that special tonight?
I can't come prepared to spend 1,100.
I understand what you're saying, but I'll certainly work with you on that. You have my card and everything there. Don't hesitate to give me a call, or I'll certainly be in touch with you, because we are rallying the troops and shaking the trees, and everyone's coming together because we're going to produce a product and it's going to be out and about very soon. Okay.
Cool beans, thank you for making the journey.
Oh,
Thanks for joining us online.
That's what it's
If there
all
aren't
about.
any other questions, I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting, okay?
All right.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks,
Have a good
everybody.
night.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Bye.
Take care now. Thank you for joining us.
Yep.
One of the